Ladies, we often hear about the power of physical touch, but let me tell you something. The secret to awakening desire in a man isn't just about how or where you touch. It's about creating the right connection that makes him want more. There are 5 key spots you can touch, not just physically, but emotionally, that will spark desire and curiosity, leaving him wanting to get closer. Let's dive into what these spots really are. Let's start with the most powerful touch, his heart. And no, I don't mean physically tapping his chest. I'm talking about connecting emotionally. To awaken desire, you need to build an emotional bond first. Men are often expected to be stoic to keep their feelings in check, but when you make him feel like he's truly seen, understood, and valued for who he is, that is the touch that stirs something deep within. Show vulnerability. Open up, share your thoughts, and listen closely to his. That emotional connection will lead to a desire that runs far deeper than any physical gesture. Now, let's talk about confidence. Desire isn't just sparked by looking flawless, but by owning who you are, unapologetically. When you walk into a room exuding self-assuredness, you make every man around you stop and take notice. It's magnetic. Confidence makes you attractive because it shows you are comfortable with yourself, and men are drawn to that. Your confidence invites his attention, and the moment he sees that you are comfortable in your own skin, a desire for you is instantly awakened. Sometimes the most powerful touch is the one that's subtle. Think about the moments when your fingers lightly brush his arm, when you place a hand gently on his shoulder, or when your gaze lingers just a moment longer than usual. These delicate gestures speak volumes. They create an undercurrent of attraction that he'll feel, even if he doesn't always know why. These touches aren't overt. They're about building a quiet tension that keeps him wanting more. So when you touch him, make it count with subtlety and finesse. Men love women who can keep things light and playful. The kind of woman who doesn't take herself too seriously, who knows how to have fun, and who isn't afraid to tease a little. This playful energy creates a fun, flirtatious atmosphere that draws him in. It's about striking a balance between being charming and intriguing. When you allow yourself to be a little cheeky and playful, it keeps the desire fresh. It keeps him engaged. And even when you're not around, he'll find himself thinking about you. Finally, let's talk about the ultimate desire awakener, his mind. Men don't just want to be desired for their looks or their status. They want to be valued for their thoughts, ideas, and intellect. Show a genuine interest in what he thinks. Ask him questions and listen deeply to his answers. When you engage with him mentally and emotionally, you allow him to feel truly appreciated. This makes him feel special, and the result? A burning desire to connect with you on an even deeper level. So ladies, if you want to awaken desire, it's about more than just physical touch. It's about touching the emotional, intellectual, and playful parts of him that no one else does. You don't need to rely on grand gestures. It's the subtle moments of connection, the teasing, the emotional engagement, the playful interactions, and the appreciation for his mind that truly stir desire. Touch these 5 spots and watch how desire grows, not just in him, but between you. To truly awaken desire in a man, one of the most powerful ways is to connect with his heart, emotionally, not just physically. The heart is where the deepest desires are born, and if you can tap into that emotional realm, you'll find that the physical attraction comes naturally. What does this really mean? It's about creating an emotional bond that goes beyond the surface, something that resonates with his sense of who he is and what he values. Imagine this. You're with him, sharing a conversation that goes beyond the usual small talk. You ask questions that show you genuinely care about how he feels, what drives him, what he dreams about. It's not just about the facts. It's about how he responds, how he lights up when he's talking about something that matters to him. In those moments, you're doing more than just being a passive listener. You're drawing him out, inviting him to reveal parts of himself that not many people get to see. When he feels heard, when he feels like you're truly understanding him, that's when the magic happens. He begins to open up, and in that vulnerability, there's a spark of connection that's undeniable. This type of connection builds something deeper, trust. And trust is the foundation of desire. When a man trusts you with his feelings, his thoughts, his insecurities, he is giving you something incredibly valuable. It's not something that happens overnight, but when it does, it opens the door to a kind of closeness and intimacy that goes far beyond the physical. It's in these moments when he feels safe to express himself without fear of judgment that true desire is awakened. He starts to see you as someone who is more than just another face in the crowd. He sees you as someone who gets him, who is attuned to his emotions and knows how to make him feel seen and understood. What makes this so powerful is that emotional connection is something few people truly experience. It's rare, and when you find it, it's magnetic. The emotional intimacy you create together will naturally ignite a deeper, more lasting attraction. It's not about manipulation. It's about creating a real, authentic connection that transcends the physical. Men are attracted to women who make them feel special, who make them feel like they are important. And when you touch his heart by genuinely connecting with him on this level, you'll find that desire will grow. And it will grow in ways that no superficial touch or gesture ever could. Whom, of the most alluring qualities a woman can possess, is her confidence. It's something that radiates from within and draws others to her, igniting a powerful sense of attraction. Confidence isn't about being flawless or having a perfect appearance. It's about owning who you are, embracing your uniqueness, and walking through the world with an energy that says, I know my worth, and I'm not afraid to show it. There's something magnetic about a woman who is unapologetically herself, someone who doesn't shrink or hide, but rather shines brightly in her own skin. When a woman is confident, she doesn't need to seek validation from anyone else. She already knows her value. This self-assured energy is incredibly appealing to men because it creates an aura of security and independence. Men find themselves drawn to women who don't need constant reassurance or approval because it speaks to a deeper strength that they admire. A confident woman can hold a room's attention without trying too hard. She doesn't need to speak loudly or demand the spotlight. Her presence alone is enough to captivate. The way she carries herself, the way she interacts with others, even the way she moves through her day. All of these are expressions of her inner confidence. This self-assurance can be a subtle yet powerful turn-on. It's not about arrogance or looking down on others. It's about standing tall, both physically and mentally, with a quiet sense of pride. Confidence shows that a woman values herself, and this makes her incredibly intriguing to men. They find themselves wondering what it would be like to be a part of her world, to share in her strength and energy. The sense of security that a confident woman exudes makes it easy for him to imagine a future with her, one where she can stand beside him as an equal, not just someone to admire from afar. A confident woman isn't afraid to take the lead, but she also knows how to be soft and graceful when the moment calls for it. She's comfortable in her own skin, not trying to live up to anyone else's standards or expectations. Her authenticity is refreshing. There's an undeniable allure in a woman who knows who she is and isn't afraid to show it. And when you step into that energy, a man won't be able to resist wanting to know more. Confidence doesn't just ignite physical desire, it creates a connection that is both deep and lasting. There's a certain power in subtlety, especially when it comes to physical touch. It's not always the bold gestures or intense displays that awaken desire. Often it's the small, quiet moments that speak the loudest. A light touch on his arm as you laugh, a gentle graze of your hand as you walk past him. These little gestures create an intimate space that stirs curiosity and attraction. It's almost as though you're speaking a language that he can feel, but can't quite put into words. This kind of touch isn't forceful or overt, but rather delicate and inviting. What makes these moments so captivating is the mystery they carry. Subtle touches leave room for imagination. They invite a kind of unspoken communication, one that's more about the feelings that bubble up than the physical action itself. When you lightly brush your fingers across his skin, it's as if you're letting him into a secret, a private moment between the two of you. It doesn't have to be long or dramatic, just a fleeting touch that makes him wonder if it was intentional or if it was something more. These quiet connections build a sense of anticipation, a growing intrigue that keeps him wanting more. These touches are like little sparks that ignite something inside him. They create a sense of closeness without words. He starts to notice not just your presence, but the way you make him feel when you're near. It's in these small, seemingly insignificant moments that a powerful attraction begins to blossom. This kind of touch is personal, it's intimate, and it speaks to a deeper desire for connection. The more he experiences these moments with you, the more he finds himself drawn to you, not just physically, but emotionally too. There's also something about how these touches make him feel. They show him that you're comfortable in his space, but not overwhelming him. You're asserting a kind of quiet power, showing him that you can create intimacy without needing to force it. This leaves him wanting more, trying to understand the connection between you. A single touch can linger in his thoughts for hours, and that is where the real allure lies. It's not about the quantity of touch, but the quality, the way it leaves him curious and captivated, wanting to experience it again. There's an undeniable allure to a woman who knows how to keep things light, fun, and full of playful energy. Playfulness and teasing aren't about being childish or immature. They're about creating a sense of excitement and intrigue that keeps things fresh and interesting. When you can engage in playful banter with a man, it draws him in and opens the door for a deeper connection. It's an invitation to explore the chemistry between you, without it feeling forced or overly serious. Teasing is one of those subtle arts that can awaken a sense of curiosity and attraction. It's not about making someone feel uncomfortable, but rather about creating a playful dynamic that adds an element of mystery. When you tease, you're showing that you're not afraid to push the boundaries a little, to flirt in a way that feels exciting but not overwhelming. It's about creating a space where both of you can let down your guards and engage in moments of fun without the pressure of expectations. This kind of playful energy can be incredibly magnetic. It's not about delivering perfect lines or using grand gestures, but rather about the way you interact in those in-between moments. Maybe it's the playful glint in your eye, or the way you challenge him just enough to make him smile. These moments of light teasing stir something deeper. They break the ice, they remove tension, and they create a feeling of anticipation that draws him closer. It's like a game of give and take where you both get to engage in a dance of attraction and connection. The more you tease, the more he becomes curious about you, wanting to know how far the playful back and forth will go. Teasing also has the power to show him that you're not too serious all the time, which can be a refreshing change. A woman who knows how to let go of the need to be perfect or constantly in control is incredibly attractive. It shows that you're comfortable enough to laugh, to be a little cheeky, and to enjoy the moment. This creates a space where the desire is not forced or rushed, but instead allowed to grow naturally. It's the balance of fun and flirtation that sparks interest and keeps the connection exciting. making him eager to see where it will lead. There's a unique kind of magic that happens when you truly listen to a man, when you engage with his words in a way that makes him feel valued. It's not just about hearing what he says, but about actively absorbing it, asking questions and diving deeper into the layers of his thoughts and experiences. When you give him the space to express himself and show genuine curiosity about his perspective, you create a bond that goes beyond physical attraction. Men are often overlooked in emotional conversations, so when a woman makes the effort to listen intently, it's a powerful way to stir desire. When you listen to him, really listen, you're doing more than just hearing his words. You're acknowledging his ideas, his emotions, and the things that matter most to him. You ask thoughtful follow-up questions, showing that you care about his opinions and how he feels. It's in these moments that he starts to feel a deeper connection to you. He sees you as someone who understands him, who makes an effort to engage with the person he truly is, not just the surface version of himself. This creates a magnetic pull as it builds a sense of emotional intimacy that goes far beyond casual flirtation. The art of listening isn't just about being quiet while he talks. It's about responding with empathy and understanding, validating his feelings, and making him feel heard in a way that many others might not. Men appreciate when a woman takes the time to understand them, especially in a world where they're often expected to keep their emotions in check. By allowing him to open up, you're creating a safe space where he can be vulnerable, and vulnerability breeds trust. This trust, in turn, nurtures a desire that feels more authentic and long-lasting. What's truly captivating is when he realizes that you're not only interested in what he looks like or what he can provide, but in who he is as a person. This emotional engagement is what creates a deeper, more intense attraction. It's the kind of connection that lingers, that grows over time, and that fosters an intimacy that's hard to ignore. When a man feels heard and understood, it awakens a level of desire that's rooted in respect and admiration, making him eager to explore more of what the two of you share. There's a certain allure in mystery, a quiet pull that keeps someone wondering, guessing, and craving more. When you leave a little to the imagination, when you don't reveal everything about yourself all at once, you create an intrigue that sparks desire. It's not about playing games, but rather about fostering an air of curiosity that draws him in and leaves him wanting to learn more. The most captivating women know that keeping some aspects of themselves a little mysterious makes them irresistible. It's this sense of what's next that keeps a man hooked, eager to uncover more layers of who you are. Mystery doesn't mean being elusive or distant. It's about giving just enough to keep him interested without offering everything up front. You don't have to lay out your entire life story in one conversation. Instead, you can reveal pieces of yourself gradually, letting him catch glimpses of your passions, your dreams, your quirks, and your thoughts. Each little reveal becomes a piece of a puzzle that he wants to put together, but he can't quite finish. This sense of being an enigma, something he can't quite figure out, creates an attraction that's hard to resist. What's truly powerful about mystery is how it taps into a man's curiosity. Humans are naturally drawn to the unknown, and when you withhold certain details, you encourage him to explore you more deeply. He becomes invested in discovering your world, your desires, and your secrets, which builds anticipation. That anticipation alone is enough to ignite desire. It's not about being manipulative, but about creating a dynamic where the two of you are engaged in a dance of discovery. The more you reveal, the more he wants to know. This mysterious energy also allows you to control the pace of the connection. You don't rush into intimacy or overwhelm him with all your thoughts and emotions. Instead, you let things unfold naturally, keeping him intrigued and wanting to keep pursuing that deeper connection. It makes him feel like being with you is an exciting journey. one where every step is worth the wait. When you master the art of mystery, you become a captivating force, someone whose presence is not just about what's obvious, but about what lies beneath the surface, ready to be uncovered over time. In the end, the key to awakening desire lies not in grand gestures or superficial actions, but in creating an authentic, deep connection that transcends the physical. When you tap into the emotional layers, engage with confidence, embrace subtlety, playfulness, and curiosity, you don't just spark attraction, you build a bond that leaves him wanting more. It's about making him feel understood, valued, and excited to explore the dynamic you share. Every touch, every conversation, every glance becomes an invitation to uncover a world that feels both thrilling and intimate. So, remember that the true magic happens when you combine these elements: the mystery, the emotional connection, the playfulness, the intrigue, into a dance of mutual discovery. By doing so, you'll ignite a desire in him that goes beyond the surface and create something lasting and real.